I see so many people, like so many great businesses with great business owners who have a great personality, but they're just behind the scenes. They're not showing, they're not being real, they're not getting out there, sharing their story with the world. And they're keeping their brand small. I was doing this for quite some time. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing myself any justice. So think about your business right now. Are you the voice behind your business, or are you just stuck in the background somewhere, just blending in with everybody else? Think about, like, what is it that you stand for? What do you believe in? How are you different from people in your sector, in your industry? Are you just a regular person? Say if you just say if you're running, I don't know, a coaching practice. Are you like really like getting into yourself? Are you sharing who you are with the world? Whatever business that you're in, you shouldn't be afraid to be a voice. Like I'm the face of my business. I am my brand. So are you like playing it small? What does that look like to you, playing it small versus like getting out there? You do something good, you do something great, and you should be out there talking about it. If you got great clients results, you should be talking about it. You know, if you want to elevate your brand, you want to stand out, you got to start to becoming more of who you are. Regardless of what industry that you're in, I believe that the owner of the business, okay, you might say, well, I'm a shy person, I'm not really good on camera. Hey, listen, I wasn't very good on camera. I was kind of a shy person. But when you fall into your power, when you tap into your truth, you tap into who you really are, and you give yourself permission to share with the world like who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. Do you even have like a story, like a brand story, something about yourself? Now, if you go onto YouTube, I create a video about myself, talking about myself and all the stuff that I've been through, showing my journey, because people connect to you as a person. You know, so are you a personality kind of a business, or are you just kind of a boring fucking dull business? I want to encourage all of you all to like share more about your story. How did you get into your law firm? How did you get into your practice? What inspired you as a young kid? That's what people connect to. That's what people resonate with. I talk about my childhood when I was growing up. You know, people want to know more about your brand. You'll be kind of really excited once you actually start talking about you as a person. People would start to relate to you more. Think about like some of your positioning, perhaps. Like, where do you position yourself in your industry? Why should people choose to work with you? Why are you different to everybody else? What's your unique selling point, your proposition, whatever you want to call it? What do you stand for? Are you actually stepping out, or are you just like playing the slow game? You got a window of opportunity here right now. Everything is gone digital. We're in a digital world. Back in the day when I was running my first businesses, everything was kind of direct response marketing. It was like leaflets, papers, and all that kind of stuff. But there was no internet. There was no live media. You couldn't just jump on your phone and pull up Insta and just share something. But now the world is such a small place. You can be everywhere, all around the world. Listen, I could record this podcast, give it to one of my social media team. They can hit send, and I could be simultaneously around all over the world. In fact, I could even live stream this to my potential clients. So a lot of people I speak to are so afraid of the digital age. They're so back like in the Stone Ages and the Ice Ages, and not adapting. You know, so you're missing out on so much income. You're missing out on so much market share with this mindset, with this mentality. Why is that? You ever wondered? Is it because maybe you got some inner conflict going on? Maybe something, maybe you're just a shy person and you don't want to get out. Well, if you can't be the voice of your own brand, if you just can't, well, find someone else that can represent your brand. And I don't think that's a good idea. You should represent your own brand. Are you showing up on your social media? You know, people go on about, oh, there's not enough leads and the marketing's crap, but what are you actually doing with a lot of the free stuff that we've got? Look, Instagram's free. Facebook is free unless you want to do some Facebook ads. You got LinkedIn profiles, you got YouTube. There's so many platforms out there that you could get exposure from, and you're not using it. It's free. So imagine if they started to charge you for this. You'd be like, fuck. Now it's all... One day they might just monetize everything. Hey, listen, you want to put up a video on YouTube, you've got to pay for it. Take advantage now of these things. I want you to think about one thing which is really important. Why should people choose to work with you? What unique skills do you bring? What values do you bring to the marketplace? You know, people say, well, you know what? We're good at this, we're good at that, we're good at this. Okay, but are you telling anybody that you're good? Are you sharing your results, your clients' results with other people? Why are you playing it small? You got to give yourself permission. So this year, what I'm doing with my business is I'm repositioning myself again. I'm reevaluating myself. I'm reevaluating my audience. I'm tweaking things, tweaking my brand. So I'm investing in my brand because I want to evolve. I don't want to be at the same level as I am here. I want to have a bigger audience. So we're looking at the way we show up. We're looking at some of our branding. We might have a rebrand. Might get some new graphics done. We're working on a new graphics person. I'm hiring now someone who can help us with our social media and at a different level. So that stuff is going to help me promote my brand, get out there more, reach more people, make it more exposure. But I stand for change. One of the things I truly believe that is anyone can change, anyone can create anything they want, any level of success, if they're willing to put the work in. If they're willing to like tap into something, go deep inside them and grow and put the work in that's required. Anybody can. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many years you've been at your industry, at that certain level of income. It doesn't matter how your organization has been up until now. You might say, look, we've only been doing like $1 million a year, and we just can't surpass that. Okay, so listen, if you want to get to like 2.5, 3 million, 5 million, I can show you how to do that. Okay, we've helped so many different people in their businesses reposition and show up in a different way, really start to show up. And when you show up as your true self, you take on this power. There's so much power, and people just are drawn to you. They're magnetized to you. You will attract more people like who you are, but you got to be willing to like put yourself out there. So many people are sitting down I've got some great people that I've seen, great people, really nice people. And guess what? They're the best kept secret. No one knows about them. They got all these unique qualities that people can really like tap into and connect with. But we're losing. You could be losing so much money by just staying small. And the other thing is like your message. Like, what is it that you help with? Who do you help? Sometimes I speak to people. They say, you know what? We have a firm that does X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, I'm an accountant. I'm a lawyer. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. I'm a therapist. I'm a healer. Okay, what are you doing? What area are you helping with? A lot of people don't have an online message as such, where they don't even know what they're doing. They've got kind of a vague idea themselves. So how do they expect their audience to really understand what they're doing? Now, say me, like in the early days, I would just say I'm a coach. Then I got a bit brave and I said I'm a law of attraction coach. Then I was like, there's tons of law of attraction coaches. So I'm like, what am I really passionate about? I'm really passionate about business and helping people to grow their businesses. And I'm not really passionate about a certain industry. I'm just passionate about business in general. I'm passionate about helping people earn more money. I'm excited by money. It excites me. And I love helping people to explode their income. So I thought, you know what? I like mindset. That's something really important to me as well. So what I did, I positioned myself because I started to get people results in this area, mindset, manifestation, and business coaching. That's what I do. I help people. I help business owners, established business owners with mindset, manifestation, and business coaching to get to their first 100K month. I know exactly who I work with. I know exactly what I'm doing. So I attract that same kind of a client. Whereas before, I had a mishmash of information. My brand was all over the place. It's kind of inconsistent. And now I'm at a stage in my life, in my business now, at a point. Now we've got to kind of restructure, reevaluate who we're working with, the audience. So now we're changing our messaging. We're changing how we show up and who we show up in front of. So let me have a sip of water. Evian, if you're looking to sponsor me, send me a DM, right? So we'll do that. We'll figure something out. So yeah, really like understanding who you are as a brand. Sharing your story. Maybe get a nice little video done from someone. Someone can do it on their phone. They can walk. You can just be there talking about yourself, how you started business, how long you've been in business for, some of the type of people that you help, what you help them with, and you can give them a little call to action. Just a little intro video can make a big difference. You can send that out an email. So this is kind of turning into like a marketing positioning like podcast, right? But it is. Think of like how much you can leverage video in your emails. Are you using video? Are you even sending out any emails to your list? Are you even collecting data? Are you even collecting people's emails? Do you have like a landing page where it captures people's data where you can actually communicate to? But there's a lot of different areas that we've got to work on, right? We've got to like look at getting into the digital age and up-leveling our skill sets, infrastructure in your business. Utilize these things. Now I'm starting to do more video email as well. So like I want to do something that other people are not doing. Now, people, other coaching styles, well, that's a good idea. I'll do that as well. Do it. Good. I'll encourage you. The other thing is people have an issue with lack of clients. Once you show up as you become powerful. You will start to attract more people like yourself. I don't believe in lack. I show up as I show up. I swear lots. I curse lots. I speak fast. And I'll attract people who find that attractive, who resonate with me. And some people won't resonate with me, and some people won't resonate with you too. And that's okay. So don't be like pissed off when you were expecting someone to buy it from you and they didn't. Well, you just want a match. There's plenty of other people. When you just rely on that one person that they didn't buy from me, oh no, you're so caught up on that. You're so pissed off. Guess what you're telling the universe? I believe in lack. The universe says, your wish is my command. Let me go give you some more lack. Okay, look at your digital strategy. I want you to look at that. Look at your positioning. How do you show up? Who are you serving? Are you showing up where these people hang out? Do you have a message, a clear message of what you do, who you do it for? A certain outcome, perhaps? That's really important, right? We've got to really up our game now. Really think about it. Think about your positioning. Think about 10 people in your industry. Where do you stand upon them 10 people? Are you kind of mingling in? No one really knows about you. Or are you a groundbreaking person? Or are you elevating yourself? Are you like the leader? Now, in what we do, we're becoming leaders in what we do in this area. I've got a great reputation, getting people results. I'm elevating my brand. I do something totally different. I'm not a law of attraction king or a queen or a unicorn or whatever. What I do is very high level, and we get high level results. And I used to think that, you know what? If I want to coach like CEOs and £1 million plus companies, £5 million, £10 million companies, I'm going to work with doctors, coaches, consultants, cardiologists, and all sorts of people in real estate, accountants, financial advisors, that I've got to wear a suit, shirt, tie, waistcoat. And I tried that, wore it for a couple of times. I'm like, this makes me feel sick. Just want to get it off. I'm comfortable like this. I just roll up on my coaching calls. I'll wear a t-shirt, I'll wear whatever. And that's what people don't expect me to do, expect me to be professional. But I'm just me. If you like it, you like me. If you don't, you don't. If you like me, that's good. If you don't like me, that's your problem, not mine. And that's something that I heard from Bob. He used to say, if you like me, that's great. But if you don't like me, that's not my problem. That's your problem. So I be me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But you're here on my podcast because maybe that you can connect with me, because I'm just a real person, down to earth person. And this is like I'm in my normal life. As I'm coaching, I drop F-bombs. I just want to be me. And that's a part of my brand. That's a part of my brand. My brand is raw. It's all about this beast mode mentality. One thing I always say to my clients before I wrap up a call, I hope these little captions can keep up my voice because I speak like a million miles an hour. So one thing I always say to my clients before we wrap up a call is I say, go all out or go back to fucking bed. Now, if you ain't going to go all out, you might as well stay in bed and keep your fucking feet warm. And that's something that I always say every single time. And that's how I live my life. And that's how I coach my clients. I'm not into this airy-fairy stuff, The other thing I talk about openly, part of my brand, is that in this manifestation space, there is a lot of bullshit, airy-fairy stuff. People talking about feathers and all sorts of different stuff and crystals and stones going to change your life. I heard somebody talking about they do some crystal stuff. Now, you're probably maybe you're a crystal person. You might drop some comments on that. That's all cool. But how can you get to your business to a multi-million-pound level when you're playing about with crystals in your pocket or something, you're carrying a certain stone? They ain't going to change your mindset. It's not going to change your paradigms. It's not going to change your subconscious conditioning. It's not going to change your financial thermostat. And that's why nothing changes. So we get results because we understand how it works. Okay. So my positioning now is listen, I really get it. I actually help people get the results. I don't just talk about it. I get it. And so I get people coming into our community saying, you know what? I've never seen anybody produce so many results and actually share them with the public, real life interviews. And so we're actually doing this thing out there. We're getting out there. We're sharing our results, the clients' results, and they're monster results. They're not normal results. I don't know anybody in our industry that's operating with the mindset manifestation and business coaching who are actually getting themselves real results. I understand this because I've learned from the best. I've worked on myself. I haven't just made this knowledge up. This knowledge is universal. It goes back centuries to the beginning of time. But one thing I do understand is how to apply it, not only for myself. I understand exactly how to transfer this information to people like yourself so you can implement this and get the changes. Okay, so I'm working on my positioning all the time. So I want you to like really evaluate your positioning. What do I stand for? Who am I? Who is my brand? Who are my clients? What do I help with? And then show up in that space. Show up to your audience and talk loud about what you do. Don't be afraid to talk about what you do and how great what you do is, right? Now, if you can't admit it to yourself, God help you, right? So listen, I hope this podcast was useful for you. So I will see you on the next one.